Good evening to all of you. Good evening to all of you. Yes. We can start the live discussion. Normally we are doing on Saturday, but traveling के कारण Saturday की जगह हम लोग इस बार Sunday को कर रहे हैं. I hope all well. So any question? I hope all are able to keep control on the changes as made by the CBSE central government. Various rules has been framed. Rule 88B, Rule 88C, Rule 88D. Multiple new form DRC01B, DRC01C, and DRC01D, etc. has been made available. I hope you all are able to track the same and able to control the same. Ramesh ji is asking one question. मेरा एक client है जो कि स्क्रैप डीलर है. सेल पर आउटपुट टैक्स पूरा देता है. उसने अपनी परचेज पर आरसीएम देना है क्या? और परचेज का फिगर जीएसटीआर 3B में कहां पर शो होगा? देखो, अगर वो स्क्रैप परचेज करता है गवर्नमेंट से, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, उस केस में आरसीएम एप्लीकेबल होगा. रिसिपिएंट विल पे द टैक्स अंडर रिवर्स चार्ज. अगर वो नॉर्मल किसी और से स्क्रैप खरीद रहा है, मैं स्क्रैप का मतलब मैं बात कर रहा हूं सेकेंड हैंड गुड्स की, अगर वो गवर्नमेंट से परचेज नहीं कर रहा है तो आरसीएम एप्लीकेबल नहीं है. वो इनिशियली 12 अक्टूबर 2017 तक 9(4) एप्लीकेबल था. जब तक 9 सबसेक्शन 4 था तब तक ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता था, लेकिन अब कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा. एंड इफ आरसीएम इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल, then you are not required to report anywhere in the GSTR 3B. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. अगर कोई कंफ्यूजन है प्लीज आस्क, अदरवाइज requesting you to confirm that question is or doubt is clear so that I can move to the next question. Ravi Shankar Goyal and Company. Sir, my client purchased old desktop laptop in the scrap and sold after repair after desktop laptop. Then what would be the GST rate on the sale? Again, मैं रेट तो नहीं बता सकता. You have to check that GST tariff. बट यहां पर वो मार्जिन मेथड रूल 32 सब रूल 5 का बेनिफिट जरूर ले सकता है. कहने का मतलब क्या हुआ? He has to pay the tax only on the difference that is sale minus purchase. जो इसका मार्जिन है उस मार्जिन के ऊपर टैक्स देना है उसको. ओनली वन पॉइंट रूल 32(5) अगर आप देखेंगे तो वहां पर वो ITC नॉट अवेलेबल, दैट यू शुड टेक केयर. पांडुरंगा रेड्डी जी, इज देयर एनी पॉसिबिलिटी I can download the import detail for my company for financial 20 from GST portal. देखो डाउनलोड, देखो इंपोर्ट मतलब आप 2B के माध्यम से अगर आप कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर की हेल्प लेंगे तो यू कैन जनरेट द कंसोलिडेटेड, you can generate the consolidated details from the GSTR 2B. दूसरा अगर मैं इंपोर्ट की बात करूं तो आप एक जो इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट लेते हैं GSTR 3B में वो आप इंफॉर्मेशन डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. तो आप क्या चाहते हैं, मतलब what exactly you like to download the information? See, one, you have the option to generate the consolidated GSTR 3B, the point number 1, and point number 2, that you can download the consolidated GSTR 2A either by taking the help of the software, or table 8A you can download from the government portal consolidated, in which the import detail would also come. So this is my view. Any other point you like to ask? So if the question is clear, kindly confirm. Otherwise, if there is any doubt, kindly ask the counter question. Ashwin Takkarji, after completion of the audit, GST, can proper officer issue ASMT 10 for same period? Ideally not. Ideally not. But they are issuing, but it cannot be. So it will be the never-ending process. So in my view, it cannot be. I think there is judgment also regarding this, that once audit is completed, ASMT 10 cannot be issued, if I'm not wrong. But in my view, it cannot be. Very good evening, Sandeep ji and Rashmi Das ji. Very good evening. Purchase के figure GSTR 3B में exempt या purchase from unregistered person में show होगा क्या? नहीं. अगर वो transaction exempt है, RCM जहां पर एप्लीकेबल है उसकी आप ITC GSTR 3B में टेबल 4 में लेंगे, और जहां पर कोई ट्रांजेक्शन पर RCM नहीं है, सिंपली परचेज है, and it is not exempted also, in that case it will not form part anywhere in the GSTR 3B. Is it possible in one GST multiple nature of the business? 100% possible. There is no issue at all. There is no issue at all. See, I can keep one GST number. I can do the forward charge transaction, RCM transaction, multiple category of the transaction, no problem. That is the beauty of the GST number. And also, we know that we can add only 5 category of the HSN or SSC code in the registration certificate. It means I am not limited to do that. I can do multiple business, multiple supply of any item, etc. No restriction. एडवोकेट संदीप तोमर जी, सर मैंने GSTR 3B रिटर्न अगस्त 2017 नहीं सर, मैं जीएसटीआर 3 भी मंथ अगस्त 2017 में नील भर दी है और उसका इनपुट भी नील फाइल कर दिया है। मार्च 18 में इनपुट पर इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट ले लिया था पर आउटपुट लायबिलिटी पे नहीं करी। अब नोटिस इस पर इंटरेस्ट अमाउंट पे मांग रहा है। डे 1 से मतलब अगस्त 2017 से आपको इंटरेस्ट पे करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि सेक्शन 50 सबसेक्शन 1 का जो प्रोवाइजो है वो तभी अप्लाई होगा जब मैं डिक्लेयर करूं सेम मंथ में। लाइबिलिटी जिस मंथ से पर्टेन करती है उसी मंथ में अगर मैं डिक्लेयर करता हूं, इन दैट केस आई कैन टेक द बेनिफिट कि मुझे जो इंटरेस्ट पे करना है वो सिर्फ नेट अमाउंट पर पे करना है इंस्टेड ऑफ ग्रॉस। लेकिन आपके केस में इट विल बी द ग्रॉस। अब प्रॉब्लम है कि आपको स्टार्टिंग अगर 17 से लेके जब तक आपने पे नहीं किया तब तक आपको ग्रॉस लाइबिलिटी पर इंटरेस्ट पे करना पड़ेगा। श्रुति कन्नन जी, कैन ई वे बिल बी जनरेटेड विदाउट ई इनवॉइस और e should e invoice be mandatory generating before e-way bill? Not mandatory. No linking. See how the e-way bill portal should be able to understand that the e-way bill, the document number which I'm entering or the GST number which I'm entering is falling or is covered by the e-invoicing provision. So as of now, there is no one-to-one linking. E-way bill portal will not restrict. It is easily allowable. So in my view, as of now, there is no restriction. So you can generate. What is APR for company? This is required for APR. This is required for preparing APR of the company. Okay. एक बार जो मैंने आपको बताया ना सर, please try to do that. Please try to do that and if possible, वहां से अगर हो जाता है तो मेरे हिसाब से आपको मिल जाएगी इंफॉर्मेशन। CLSME, class ME. My client purchased the waste tire, whether RCM is applicable or not. नहीं, मैंने सिर्फ एक ही कहा कि अगर सेल ऑफ सेकेंड हैंड गुड्स है बाय द गवर्नमेंट देन ओनली इट विल कवर्ड अंडर आरसीएम। जो अनरजिस्टर्ड टू रजिस्टर्ड वाला आरसीएम है वो तो सस्पेंड हो गया ना। 9 अक्टूबर 12 अक्टूबर 2017 तक था, उसके बाद में वो सस्पेंड हो गया। एक चीज कंफर्म करना, आप जो लाइव डिस्कशन पसंद करेंगे, विच डे वुड बी कंफर्टेबल, सैटरडे और संडे? विच डे वुड बी कंफर्टेबल फॉर यू टू हैव द लाइव डिस्कशन, ऑन सैटरडे और ऑन संडे? जस्ट कंफर्म वन थिंग। See what is the rule 32.5 and second question is what is the rule 32.5? So 32.5 रविशंकर जी मार्जिन मेथड की बात करता है, जहां पर मैं अगर बाइंग एंड सेलिंग ऑफ सेकंड हैंड गुड्स एज सच करता हूं या आफ्टर माइनर प्रोसेसिंग करता हूं तो मुझे जो जीएसटी देना है सिर्फ डिफरेंशियल पार्ट पर देना है इंस्टेड ऑफ फुल अमाउंट। एंड सेकंड क्वेश्चन, हाउ टू रेक्टिफाई द डिफरेंस इन 3B and 1 ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल ईयर 22-23? अगर कोई डिफरेंस है तो सब्सिक्वेंट जो आप 1 और 3B जो भी आप फाइल करोगे, जहां पे भी डिफरेंस है, लेट से 1 में आपने ज्यादा फिगर डाला और 3B में कम डाला, तो डिफरेंशियल जहां पे भी है दैट यू विल ऐड इन द सब्सिक्वेंट जीएसटी रिटर्न्स। अगर 1 में कोई गलत इंफॉर्मेशन डाली देन यू कैन यूज द अमेंडमेंट ऑप्शन of the GSTR1 like table 9A, table 9C, table 10, etc. Sir, in GST offline utility में mainly we can't put multiple tax rate invoice. आप कर सकते हैं, ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। अगर ऐसा नहीं होता तो फिर तो ऑफलाइन यूटिलिटी कोई काम की नहीं है। आई थिंक यू कैन। रमेश जी, Iron scrap at taxable rate 18%. Ramesh ji, again I cannot say the tax का rate क्या होगा. I cannot say the tax का rate क्या होगा, but I would say only law. We can discuss only law related provision. तो scrap का rate मुझे माफ करना, I am not aware about that. Rasmi Das ji, we have purchased the second-hand Tata air condition from the owner. We are limited company. How we can create the invoice for the same supplier? And there's no requirement to create the invoice. Now, why you will create the invoice? Why you will create the invoice? Rasmi Das ji, only if the transaction is covered under reverse charge. And if the supplier is unregistered, then 31 subsection 3 says that you need to prepare the self-invoice. But the requirement of self-invoice be applicable only when requirement of self-invoice be applicable only when the transaction is covered under reverse charge. Otherwise, you can simply purchase. There is no problem at all. What is the solution, Pawan Mishra ji? What is the solution if any invoice received in 22-23 and due to the dispute of some part in invoice, we have paid partial amount and take it on that amount only? मैं समझा नहीं आपका. टेक इट मतलब आईटीसी आप कह रहे हो. बेस्ट वे क्या है, आप उस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट का जो भी आपके पास इनवॉइस है उसका पूरा आईटीसी क्लेम करो और जितना आप लेना चाहते हो बाकी के पार्ट को रिवर्स कर दो. वी ऑल नो दैट सेकंड प्रोवाइजर टू रूल सेक्शन 16 सबसेक्शन 2, अगर 180 डेज में मैंने पेमेंट नहीं किया सप्लायर को, आई हैव टू रिवर्स माय इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट. तो बेसिकली मैं कैसे करूंगा, क्योंकि अदरवाइज अगर आपने आधा ही आईटीसी क्लेम किया है तो इट विल बी द प्रॉब्लम दैट यू कैन नॉट क्लेम आफ्टर नवंबर. सो बेटर क्या है, क्लेम फुल आईटीसी एंड रिवर्स द पोर्शन विच यू लाइक अंडर टेम्पररी रिवर्सल 4B2. Aftab Khan ji, like we are operating a business in 4 different parts of the country, should we can divide it on the region or there is any provision in the GST for this? Should we it in the region? See, मतलब किस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आप डिवाइड करना चाहते हैं मैं क्लियर नहीं है. अगर देखो रजिस्ट्रेशन है, दैट वी ऑल नो दैट रिक्वायरमेंट टू टेक रजिस्ट्रेशन वुड बी द स्टेट वाइज. अगर मान लो 4 स्टेट में मैं बिजनेस करता हूं, आई हैव टू टेक द रजिस्ट्रेशन इन ऑल 4 स्टेट. नाउ व्हाट इज योर क्वेश्चन, मतलब is there any provision in the GST regarding this? What? एक बार थोड़ा कंफर्म करेंगे तो I would be able to help comparatively better. सर आपसे जीएसटी पूरा सीखना है फ्रॉम वेरी बेसिक लेवल, उसका प्रोसेस क्या है? रमेश जी, आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट दैट यू कैन कॉल टू माय टीम मेंबर. मैं नंबर मतलब वेबसाइट में शेयर कर देता हूँ www.educating.com. आप टीम मेंबर को कॉल करके वहां पे आप पता कर सकते हैं. जो भी मेरा नया बैच स्टार्ट होगा, यू कैन ज्वाइन दैट बैच. ठीक है, मैंने आपको वेबसाइट का और कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर दोनों आपको मैंने चैट में शेयर कर दिया. एनुअल परफॉर्मेंस रिव्यू, अच्छा तो आप पांडुरंगा जी, यू कैन डाउनलोड दैट एज डिस्कस्ड विद यू. If e-way bill is cancelled, is invoice automatically cancelled for the same? No, you have to cancel manually. The time limit is 24 hours, that we know. If e-invoice has the corresponding e-way bill, in that case, first e-way bill has to be cancelled and then you have to go to the portal and cancel the e-invoice separately. There is no automatic process. E-way bill का validity start from its original generation or after filing of the Part B by transporter. Once Part B is being entered, then only that document is called as e-way bill. Part A plus Part B. When both would be entered, then only it will be called as e-way bill, and then validity will be start. So mostly are saying Sunday. So I will prefer Sunday. But again, if I'm traveling, then I will keep on the Saturday. Okay. I would prefer the discussion on Sunday, but if any traveling on Sunday, then I will do the same on the Saturday. That's it. Sir, registered VRL logistic uploaded the bill under RCM, so this will consider for account is mandatory. This will consider for the account is mandatory. So accounting point of view say, matlab you can or you cannot, but you have to pay the tax under reverse charge. So prima facie, if everything is okay, then yes, it should be considered. If you are not considering, is there any problem or that transaction does not belongs to you? Wrongly entered by the VRL logistics, something like that, kindly tell me. Otherwise, prima facie, if the transaction is coming under RCM, then I can say, yes, you have to consider the same and pay the tax under reverse charge. Rashmidas Shande. Okay, fine, no problem. Shruti, madam, one person asked me if both invoice and invoice should be issued by him to his customer. आपका क्वेश्चन शायद कंप्लीट नहीं है मैडम, आपका क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट नहीं है. देखो, अगर मैं रूल 48 सब रूल 5 को रेफर करता हूं, तो अगर किसी पर्सन पर ई इनवॉइस के प्रोविजन एप्लीकेबल हैं, किसी भी पर्सन पर ई इनवॉइस के प्रोविजन एप्लीकेबल हैं, देन इन दैट केस द इनवॉइस शुड बी इशूड इन that manner, means QR code along with IRN number. कहने का मतलब क्या हुआ, मैनुअल इनवॉइस या ऐसा इनवॉइस जो कि बिना QR कोड एंड IRN वाला है, वो डॉक्यूमेंट इनवॉइस ही नहीं है लॉ के अकॉर्डिंग. सो इन दैट केस इनवॉइस हैज टू बी जनरेटेड थ्रू इनवॉइस पोर्टल और सॉफ्टवेयर, मतलब उसके ऊपर QR कोड और IRN नंबर्स होना जरूरी है. भंवरलाल जी, सर बैंक कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट एजेंट जो विलेज में है उसका जीएसटी रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना पड़ेगा क्या? नहीं नहीं, अगर मैं आरसीएम के नोटिफिकेशन 13/2017 को देखता हूं तो वहां पे वो क्या करता है, बैंक कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट, बैंक फैसिलिटेटर, इन सब ट्रांजेक्शन के ऊपर आरसीएम एप्लीकेबल होता है. इट मींस रिसिपिएंट विल पे द टैक्स अंडर रिवर्स चार्ज. और अगर नोटिफिकेशन नंबर 5/2017 को मैं रेफर करता हूं, इट सेज अगर आपका ट्रांजेक्शन आउटवर्ड ट्रांजेक्शन कंप्लीटली अंडर रिवर्स चार्ज है, irrespective of your turnover, you are relaxed from taking the registration. This is my view. Satya Narayan Rao Puna ji, very good evening sir. Credit note in 2B, the report downloaded from the portal is not showing the original invoice number. How to link the credit note with original? देखो, अगर मैं if I will see the section 34 subsection 1 from 1st Feb 2019, the requirement of one-to-one linking has been removed from the credit note as well as debit note. Corresponding effect has been given in the GST portal probably in 2020, after a long time, meaning thereby in the GST portal, you can't say that this credit note has been issued for this invoice. Answer is no. This requirement has been done away by the Finance Act 2018, effective from 1/2019. So now there is a problem. You cannot match that credit note is issued for which original invoice. My client received the notice for paying the GST on RCM for freight and interest. My client received the notice for paying the GST on RCM basis for freight and interest for the period 1920. Can we pay the GST on the RCM now? Yes, and claim the same in the current month. Ashish Sharma ji, very good evening. एक तो अगर मैं RCM की बात करूं, आपको RCM तो देना पड़ेगा, प्लस इंटरेस्ट की लाइबिलिटी भी आएगी. लेकिन रिगार्डिंग द ITC, इन माय व्यू यू कैन क्लेम द ITC. रीजन क्या है? रूल 36 सब रूल 1, RCM की ITC कब क्लेम करेंगे आप? जब आप उसका टैक्स पे कर देंगे। अगर किसी आरसीएम के ट्रांजेक्शन का टैक्स आप करंट मंथ में पे कर रहे हैं, इट मींस इट बिकम द आईटीसी ऑफ द करंट मंथ विच यू कैन टेक टिल नवंबर ऑफ नेक्स्ट ईयर। सो दिस इज माय व्यू। क्योंकि आरसीएम मान लो 1920 का है, तो मैं ये नहीं कह सकता इसकी आईटीसी भी 1920 की जब तक ले सकते थे सितंबर 20 तभी तक इसकी क्लेम कर सकते हैं, नहीं। द रीजन इज आरसीएम बिकम आईटीसीएबल, मतलब आरसीएम की आईटीसी कब मिलेगी, व्हेन वी आर मेकिंग द पेमेंट। सो दिस इज माय व्यू। ओम प्रकाश झा जी नमस्कार। कृष्णा गुप्ता सर नमस्कार, प्रणाम सर। गजानन जी, परचेज आईजीएसटी एज ऑन 25th July, but goods received on 4th August. So I taken the entry in the August, but ITC not shown in the GST R2A because back month so not shown, but department not raised notice. No. See, sir, for these type of the transaction, the circular 170 July 22 has clarified the process in detail. It simply says that the month in which it is appearing, you have to take full ITC, reverse the same under temporary reversal 4B2. In the next month, when goods is being actually received, you have to claim again in the 4A5, plus you have to report in the 4D1. ITC which is reversed in the earlier period as a temporary reversal, you can reclaim anytime in the future. No time limit is applicable, but in that case, you have to report in the 4D1. Kishore ji, what is the GST rate on winning from the on-site game or winning from the crossword or horse racing? Rate again, I cannot, Kishore ji, I cannot help in the rate because the tariff is not possible for me to remember. थोड़ा सा टफ है मेरे लिए। Krishna Gupta ji, from where we can get GSTR9 details? Which table want to put from accounts? Which table what to put accounts? What to put from accounts? देखो, one thing you can refer the explanation in the GSTR9 form. In the bottom part, the explanation is being given. But I think we had multiple webinar on the GSTR9, so you can get the detail from that also probably. Pawan Misra ji, claim reclaim और उसका procedure क्या है? First you have to claim. See, claim reverse reclaim, now it can happen for the multiple situations, like goods invoice has been issued in the last month July, but goods has been received in the current month August. So in the month of July, when I will file my GST returns, I will report first in the 4A5, then I will reverse and reclaim. Whenever the goods is being received, I will again add in the 4A5, but the same part I will add in the 4D1. संदीप तोमर जी, ई-वे बिल पार्ट ए ठीक जनरेट हो गया, पार्ट बी वे बिल का गलत हो गया, मतलब व्हीकल का डिटेल गलत फाइल हो गया, क्या पेनल्टी लगेगी? अभी अगर मतलब ट्रांजेक्शन कंप्लीट हो गया तब तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन अगर ट्रांजेक्शन ऑनगोइंग है तो पार्ट बी कैन बी अपडेटेड मल्टीपल टाइम्स। एज सच मेरे को लगता नहीं कि कोई पेनल्टी है, क्योंकि 129 और 130 की पेनल्टी सिर्फ ड्यूरिंग द ट्रांजिट में है। अगर मेरा मूवमेंट कंप्लीट हो गया, देन देयर कुड नॉट बी द एनी पेनल्टी। Uh, Soumya Chaudhary ji, material supplied to the other state transporter showing as RCM C and S in portal, is it right? See, Soumya Chaudhary ji, material can't supply you, it doesn't matter. If the transporter and the supplier, again repeating again, the transporter and the person to whom the transporter is raising the invoice, if both are in the same location, same state, in that case this transaction is intra-state, C plus S will be charged. It is immaterial whether the goods has been supplied within the state, outside that state, or now outside India also. Outside India also, we all know that proviso to 12 subsection 8 has been omitted. So that point to be taken care if the party is registered. If the party is registered, then invoice has to be raised to the registered party. That location will be the place of the supply for the transporter. Portal permit B2C to B2B amendment 1. So can we plan amendment such changes in the month of the March or any other way to amend? Better, correct. For very agree to this transaction. अगर मान लो एक month जुलाई अगस्त कोई भी एक बार आपने अगर B2C को amend कर दिया, that month cannot be amended again. We read somewhere that RCM, if the demanded by the department, we cannot take the ITC. In my view, it is not there. See, it can be some like view of any speaker or any learned speaker or any learned chartered accountant or advocate. But in my view, in the law, it is not written somewhere, or neither in any of the judgment which I could recall that it is written. Rasmidasi, continuing my question above, for purchasing second-hand Tata AC motor vehicle. Acha, for transport, if we do not prepare invoice, how our account would be settled? We have already paid the payment to the lorry owner. Rasmidasi, that your only internal purpose, you can generate the invoice, you can make the invoice, or even you can take from the supplier any document. But because there is no GST implication on that purchase, therefore I can say, even if you will not prepare the invoice, in the books of accounts, you will pass the accounting entry that I am not discussing right now. You can debit, credit, you can do in the accounting system, correct? So I'm not talking about any accounting impact, but for the GST, there is no requirement. Krishna Gupta ji, I think probably that could be possible. I don't know. But as of now, the situation is, in my view, RCM can be claimed, but that is not easy. So probably I told you, that it would be the litigation, because the department would not easily accept. You have to litigate the matter. So definitely, because the RCM is become the ITC when you pay. So if you are making in the current tax period, it is available. It should be available, but it is not easy that department will accept. You have to litigate probably to the tribunal stage. Continuing to my last query, we are operating in the 4 state, West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya. Should we can declare by ourselves eastern regions, so sales from West Bengal to the different batches with the IGST? So that would be comparatively risky. Suppose I have the place of the business in every state, and now you are saying that is only for keeping the goods, and the sales is being originated from West Bengal. That is possible. I'm not saying that is not possible. It is possible. But probably the state of like Maharashtra, state of Assam, Meghalaya may raise the question that why the sales is not originated from their state and why you are not charging the tax, suppose within the Assam, then C plus S instead of IGST. That could be the question. So it is, you can take a call, otherwise there is no harm to raise IGST as per the law. Is any come out from Safari? अभी तक तो कोई information नहीं है. All are waiting for the Safari retreat since long. A GST has not opted for FCM, but since the consign is not registered, he want to pay the GST at the rate of 12%. Is it possible? Not possible. Assuming the transaction is prior, on or after July 22. Before July 22, it is possible. That declaration, that is not the requirement in the law. But now after July 22, it is not possible. He has to file the declaration, otherwise he cannot opt forward charge. Satyanarayan Rao sir, we are availing the ITC based on the 2B generated from the portal, but is it necessary to file 3B by the vendor to claim the ITC by bank? See, as of now, if the transaction is appearing in the GST R2B, you can claim the ITC. There is a requirement 16 subsection 2 clause C, read with rule 37A, that this particular payment has been made or not. You have to check on yearly basis instead of monthly basis, instead of transaction wise. You have to check on yearly basis. After the end of the financial year till September, if the tax is not paid, then only you need to reverse the input tax credit. So in my view, whether he is filed or not, you are not required to check on regular on every transaction wise. You can check that on consolidated manner till September. Then time limit to reverse the ITC would be November without interest, after November with interest. Silpa S. Our Indian citizen having non-residence, are Indian citizen seafarers having non-resident status working in the international water for foreign company as surveyor on B2B contract are receiving fees and furnishings liable to? See, if you refer the definition of the India, it is extended till 200 nautical miles. If you refer the definition of India, it is extended till 200 nautical miles. That is EEZ, exclusive economic zone. If any person is doing the business in that location, it means he is doing the business in India. Nearest coastal state, he has to take registration and pay the GST. Rule 88D applicable if ITC difference between 3B, 2B, for difference if in all other ITC and not eligible ITC. Difference due to the, is it true? If difference in all other ITC, but I can say that will be considered after removing reclaim ITC. As per circular 170, we all know, if we are reclaiming that ITC, we are reporting in the 4D1, right? We are reporting in the 4D1. So if something has been reported in the 4D1, then to that extent, notice will not come. This is my view, but it is yet to be, yet to be launched in the portal. So once it will be available in the portal, then probably we would have the more clarity. Rajesh Deshpande, GST officer, denied to take the ITC on whatever lip they are ask during the audit. If suo motu we have paid it before department, we can avail with us for 18 and in this is regard, it cannot. So can you tell me, is it of RCM transaction? Is it of RCM? See, if you are paying the tax, see, again, I can say that the taxes is being paid under section 74 or 73. Suppose if it is under section 74, then you are agree. Krishna Gupta sir, probably you were also saying that thing. So in the audit, if the outcome is under section 74, in that case, I can say 17 subsection 5, taxes paid under section 74 is not available for claim. But if I have paid under section 73 and assume that it is of RCM, in my view, you can litigate and claim the same if the amount is sizable. Next question क्या एक सेकंड दीजिएगा मुझे. Whether same SSC code of the GT is to be used for transporting the material along with personnel who work at site. हाँ भाई, transportation अगर आप charge कर रहे हो that you will use the same SAC code. Only point that the taxability would be either based on the composite supply or the mixed supply. Bhamarlal Sutharji, sir, civil contractor would take the contract of the construction of the single house in the villages with the labor and the material, would take pure labor contract when he liable for the GST registration. देखो, अगर single residential premises वाला है, then that would be exempted. So please check that his outward supply is completely exempted, no requirement to take registration. If it is taxable and exempted, then once it crosses 20 lakh, he has to take registration. Is there, Manohar ji, is there need to generate the e-way bill for the WCT work if there is a movement of the goods? Whether my transaction is services, but if there is a requirement to move the goods, then answer would be yes, you need to generate. Kishore ji, if the head office is in Delhi and has to open the branch in Mumbai, is there any different rule for the branch for GST? No, not at all. Same rule applicable. Sandeep Tomar ji, roadside checking main vehicle detained कर लिया है, part B wrongful file किया, क्या penalty? 200% of the taxage. Penalty तो same ही है ना, सिर्फ एक डिजिट का अंतर है. तो वो एक सर्कुलर 64 आया था, तो यू कैन टेक द हेल्प ऑफ दैट सर्कुलर. सर्कुलर 64 के केस में मतलब अगर एक डिजिट अगर आगे पीछे हुआ है, इन दैट केस ओनली 1000 रुपीज का पेनल्टी. सौम्या चौधरी जी, if nothing is shown by the transporter, then when we will show C&S or I in portal as RCM. Check what is the location of supplier, that is transporter, and check what is your location. Transporter location and your location, same state, C plus S, different state, I. Satyanarayan ji, if the vendor filed IGST in the 2B, can I match that entry, C&S entry in my purchase register? So you can, but if you are sure that he has not done correctly, then it is advisable to do the follow-up with the supplier and make it amended, so that corresponding impact will come in the GSTR to be in the subsequent period. Otherwise, there would always be the problem from the department that you have taken the incorrect ITC. If it is import of service, then IGST, IRCM payable, yes, absolutely correct. Mera invoice, Mera Adhikar is applicable for all from 1st September. Yes, ideally, yes. They like to promote the culture of the invoice. Yes, RCM, okay. Alpha Saji, are damage recovered from the Rajesh ji, again वो point है, section 73 का है या section 74 का है determination. अगर 73 का determination है, then you can claim the ITC. 74 है तो block है. Alpha Saji, are damage recovered from the employee in contravention the local law taxable under GST? No, not at all. Circular 178 giving the clarity to all that such type of the money which is only flowing, that is not the intention to make the supply, can never be the taxable in the GST. Can proper officer cancelled SCB officer be cancelled SCN? I think withdrawal का option दिया है. Probably yes. Now they have started the withdrawal option. I'm not sure too much because officer का वो portal होता है and communication हमारे पास में जो officer की develop होती है वो हमारे पास में नहीं आती है. But answer is yes, it is possible probably. We want to follow up with the vendor regarding mismatch. How can we get the demographical information the vendor like mobile, email? No, not available. Not possible. Only from the tax invoice you can get the information, otherwise not. Can employee reimbursement be treated as pure agent supply? Yes, it can be treated as supply. If you are satisfying all the condition of the Rule 33, then probably any reimbursement, whether it is of employee, whether it is of vendor or any other, it can be considered as a pure agent and GST not payable. Ashwin Thakkarji, residential flat given on the rent as PG, is it taxable or exempt supply? Again, that point is paying guest will be considered as residential only. So is it being given to the registered person? If it is being given to the registered person, then that transaction would become taxable. Suppose you have given that residential flat to the corporate, and in the corporate, the employees of that corporate are staying as a PG, then it becomes taxable under RCM. Otherwise, it is exempted. Can ITC be claimed for IGST paid on import, which are FOC from holding company? Yes, in my view, you can. In my view, you can. Because you are paying that tax by custom clearance and you can claim that ITC. Because if it is FOC, then there is no requirement to pay the amount to the supplier. And if it is like import ke case mein IGST aap pay karte, you are making the payment to the custom, then you can claim that ITC, there is no restrictions. Can ITC be claimed as refund on cancellation of the GST on closure of the business? No, sir. Section 54, subsection 3 is giving the refund of accumulated ITC only in two circumstances. First, if the ITC is being accumulated on account of the export of the goods or supply to the SEZ unit. And second, if it is accumulated on account of the inverted duty structure. Otherwise, no, you can't claim the refund. So from my side, I think I have given the answer to all the question. I hope you like the discussion. Please click on the like button, subscribe button, and let me explain you the membership of the Educating. So we are running the membership of the GST, income tax, PF and ESIC. PF and ESIC. You can visit our website www.educating.com and call to our team member. The number has been given 8178908220 or 8595506642. So there is a membership tab. You can inquire, you can see the details, and if you have any query, you can ask. So we in the GST we have three categories of the membership: gold, silver, and platinum. In the PF and ESIC and PF and ESIC and income tax, we have recently launched the membership. You can inquire and join if it is fruitful and beneficial to all of you. It is basically to resolving the query on at the released basis. In GST, we are handling the GST notices up to 5 notices. We are providing in review of the GST notices. And in the Platinum membership, we are providing course on the GST. Like I am providing the 65 parts course on the GST that will be uploaded without any additional payment if you are the Platinum member of the Educating. So let me take 1 or 2 more questions. And after that, we can conclude our discussion. My only request always that please share to the maximum people you can this live discussion so that the large question, number of the question, qualitative question would increase, by which we can increase our knowledge, and at least I can also get the qualitative question, and by which I can also increase my knowledge. 180 days payment applicable to import? Answer is no. Arun Kumarji, Circular 123, November 2019. It is clearly saying that Rule 36(4) is not applicable on import of the goods. And but your question is on other side. Sorry, this is not applicable because you yourself are making the payment to the government. Advocate provides service to the another individual advocate is exempted. Is ITC required under Rule 42 proportionate? If there is a common ITC, which is used in providing that service, answer would be yes. Palas Kurpia ji, IGST amount paid for the sale, thereafter the credit note for that sale is issued. How should I disclose it in GST R3B if there is no IGST sale? You can take the refund only because the problem is you cannot report the credit note in the negative. Okay. Manohar ji, legal fees paid to the GST registered person is need to pay the RCM on the legal expenses? Yes. If it is supplier is advocate, firm of advocate or senior advocate, then only, otherwise not. Ashish Sharma ji, in case of the petrol pump client, commission is received from Fino Payment Bank for use of the card by the customer for purchase of the petrol and HSD, whether GST is payable. Incentive. Again, incentive received because of use of the credit card. I think there is no supply at all. There is no intention to make a supply from your party to the Fino Bank. Only some incentive are being credited because of the use. So in my view, it is only the incentive, discount, etc., not liable to GST. But let me think in detail and then can reply in the membership group because you are already the Platinum member. So thank you very much. Goodbye to all of you. We'll meet on the next Sunday. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you, Krishna sir.